This content is for kids.
It's not for kids.
Isn't that what I said?
No, it's not for kids. If you are 13 years or younger, this is not for you. Do I have to kill somebody in order to actually make that point across?
No, man, you don't have to kill
Wait
no
a
one.
second.
Oh, no.
When we return to our planet, the High Court may well sentence you to torture.
He likes movies, we like movies. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. I'd buy that for $1.
Greetings! You're watching SeptumSin versus the world. I'm SeptumSin. This is Kotobukijake.
Hey.
And we're here to show you what we got.
Yeah.
Show me what you got. I want to see what you got. Oh boy.
So, you might have noticed this week that we didn't put much analysis on the new releases. But I did an analysis of our analysis of the new releases. And I noticed that those get the lowest views of our channel, typically.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we're putting extra effort into those. A lot of effort, and we could actually funnel that time into other videos, which you guys might like a little bit
Like
more.
the one that's coming up next.
Exactly. And I think that we can actually, we can do a little bit more work with it, and maybe put some extra in here, and we can use that time slot to actually do our breakdowns. And even our Horrorween of October, which would be cool.
Oh, yeah?
Where we get to, where I'll have Jake playing a video game.
Oh, dear.
So, with that being the case, why don't we get started?
Why don't we? Okay. So I'm going to lead off. I'm running low on these, but I still have a handful of films left that he gave me that, came from his old man. And this is one that inexplicably I've never seen before. Like a lot of these films, actually, that I got some really indisputable, important films. Good, bad, or ugly, they're important films. And such is the case with this one, the Patrick Swayze film Roadhouse, which I'm pretty sure I've never seen before. You got some other, you got Ben Gazzara in there, Kelly Lynch, Sam Elliott. I forgot Sam Elliott's in that. Very cool, very cool. I'll have to see this eventually. We'll probably cover it on Movies Galore.
So you're going to start kicking people? Roadhouse.
Sure. It's good times.
You know what's odd is I've seen the movie. I still don't 100% get the Family Guy joke for that. Alright, so this has some cool stuff. I picked up a poster with my pre-order that came in.
Nice.
And it's been paid off for like 3 months.
It's shiny.
So yeah, you notice it has like the embellished embossed thing there. So that's kind of cool too. So that's a pretty awesome poster. I don't have any wall space to hang it, but that's cool looking.
So Link is embossed. So he is now the boss?
He's the boss.
He's the boss?
So then I also got this amiibo, which right now is hard to get because scalpers, assholes. But this is actually linked to a part of the game that really, I don't know if it's necessary, but it's good to have it just in case. It's not going to be in scalper heaven much longer because Nintendo's going to restock. But Nintendo's actually doing a little bit better against scalpers. Is they're basically giving scalpers enough time to buy up constant stock, and then after that they release more of it, and they keep flooding the market until the scalpers are over flooded, and people are able to get it at the price that they want to get it anyway. So the scalpers are stuck with a lot of stuff, and you can buy it for what it's supposed to cost.
And that's something.
And the last bit of this is the thing that actually what's there is the port of Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword for the Switch.
Apparently she was jumping skyward.
Now this was actually a this is the first time it's been ported since its release on the Wii. I mean, it's got some pretty cool artwork in here. You can see the game is missing in there because I'm playing on it. I tried the motion controls and I tried the newer controls that they put in there to mimic them so you can play it on a Pro Controller. Actually, I thought the Pro Controller would be excessively awkward by how they described it, but it's not. It actually works and controls a little bit better. So that's pretty cool. I did not get the Joy-Cons, but those are $70 anyway, and they're cool looking. They light up and all that stuff, but scalpers got to those. But again, if you want those Joy-Cons, if you want this, do not buy from scalpers. Nintendo is keeping this and the Joy-Cons in the regular lineup, which means they will be restocked and restocked. You will have ample opportunities to get it at the price that's not twice what you have here. Just be patient. And this is so ample stock, scalpers can't even come close. So
All
right, go for it.
So I don't imagine you'll have much of a problem with scalpers with these. I could be wrong, but so the remainder. Hey, yes, Roadhouse. you know you want to pay $400 for that. You know you do. Well, Kino Lorber recently did a sale, as they do from time to time. And as I do from time to time, I felt the need to jump on it. As stated before, I was going to coordinate it with my purchase of Spaceballs, but I wanted that right away for our movie discussion, so I went ahead and got that from Amazon. But I still did a small order directly from Kino. And the first item on my list is a classic film, an old school film. The first in the series of movies known by the name A Star is Born.
Very cool.
The old Janet Gaynor, Friedrich March film. Strangely enough, I now have the newest one and the oldest one, but not the other two. But one day I will get there. But this is an important film. It has a couple of special features. Nothing too extraordinary. But, you know, it's good times. It did win a couple Oscars. It was nominated for several. And it started a trend of this story getting redone every few decades.
And every single one of them, except for one, has won Oscars. And all of them have been nominated. Oddly enough, it's a Judy Garland one that did not win. That was weird.
Well, it's also probably my least favorite of the bunch.
Yeah, that's the longest one, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, but
This one is...
I've seen all of them.
111 minutes. Yeah.
Actually, that one is close to my favorite, but I like the most recent one more. Alright, so I just finished this off today to make sure it was. It's kind of funny because I've got things that people have given me. I've gotten things that that I've traded for, but I've always prioritized used first. But I have not gotten to a lot of the stuff that I purchased for me. This is one of those rare occasions where I am dealing with one of the things I purchased for myself, and that's this Frank Capra collection.
Nice.
Now, I was surprised. This actually has some special features on most of the movies, and has a nice little special features disc, which has that long documentary. But,
and a book.
Yes, and it has a nice book, and you can see this is a fairly good condition used version of this. I got this for $15.
Nice.
Which was around what I was willing to pay for it. And, of course, it comes with a number of good films from his. It Happened One Night, American Madness on those discs. Mr. Deeds Goes to Town, and You Can't Take It With You. And, of course, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, and you've got the bonus disc with Frank Capra's American Dream, which is a great documentary on the amazing director. Yes, a little bit sappy at times, but some pretty good stuff.
It's pretty much his 30s filmography there.
You know what's weird is that Mr. Smith Goes to Washington is one of Mitch McConnell's favorite movies,
Oh, jeez.
which is kind of ironic.
I'll bet he probably thinks he's Mr. Smith, doesn't he?
But,
He's more like what's his name, Mr. Potter.
But they are some of his best movies. There are a couple that aren't there, but I've got Lost Horizon. I've got It's a Wonderful Life. I still need to pick up a number of his because they are really good films. So,
And that is a cool set. I've had that for years. It's a nice
it is a nice set.
collection.
And though some of them are on Blu-ray, I actually am fine with this one. This is sometimes a DVD set that's very well quality is worth more than a Blu-ray that's a basic bitch Blu-ray.
You're right.
Especially if they don't do a lot to the transfer and just say, "Yeah, we put it on Blu-ray, no
Right.
special features." All
Yeah.
right, well, yeah.
Jerks. So my next one, Kino does an interesting mixture. They do some old stuff, they do some new stuff. Every now and then they'll go all out and do like a really nice set, and this is a really nice set. It's another Oscar nominee. It was actually a nominee for foreign language feature. It's a film I've never seen before called Ajami,
Oh.
which is Hebrew and Arabic. I don't remember exactly where I think it's a Palestinian film. I'd have to say most likely. But it came out in 2009. It's obviously been on my to-watch list ever since then, but they had a really good price on it. And like I said, this is a nice-looking set with some actually pretty decent special features for Kino. So, nothing too... This is basically like a featurette and deleted scenes, but again, for Kino, that's pretty good. But happy to finally have that, and especially such a nice looking edition.
My next one is an Inside Movies Galore covered one, oddly enough, and one of my favorites from old school anime. And that is Venus Wars. Now, oddly enough, I don't know why I've got it open. I felt like I haven't watched it. I must have watched it again, even though I don't remember watching it, because I rarely open them if I don't. And I don't remember this coming loose. Then I would definitely be watching it again.
Right.
But this is a pretty cool set that they put out for Sentai.
Yeah.
And, you get the Blu-ray here. This is a pretty cool sci-fi anime. It's about just basically a civil war. A bunch of bikers come in and they, save the day. It's got this nice thick booklet. It wasn't that expensive either, overall. A lot of cool artwork. And like I say, we did cover it. So if you want to see it, you can check out Inside Movies Galore. I think we did on that channel. And it was worth our checking out.
Very cool. So one that I know you have, and I think you presented a long time ago, is a film from the OVA of Stanley Kubrick, which is Fear and Desire.
Is that loose in there?
It is loose in there. Holy crap, that's annoying. But anyway, it's otherwise a nice edition.
Well, the good thing is Blu-ray doesn't damage as easily.
Right. And it may have just come loose because I really don't remember hearing that before. But anyway, but this includes not only the feature Fear and Desire, but a Kubrick short, apparently, called The Seafarers that came out the same year. I've never actually seen these, so this will be a nice something to cover one day, especially because I'm sure if Dane has his way, we'll eventually hit all of Kubrick's films. So, it'll be good to have it handy.
I've never seen it, but I am looking forward to watching it.
Good deal.
So, one I have gotten a long time ago, it's probably years ago, and because I got it shortly after it came out, because on Black Friday, right after the year it came out, it was like really cheap, and that was Ocean's 8.
Oh, very cool.
I've heard a lot of mixed reviews of this.
I liked it.
Most people have seemed to say it's good. And of course you have those who say this is superior to Ocean's 13 in every way. And those that say, boo, girls suck. So
Superior to Ocean's 13. I thought that wasn't too hard.
Ocean's 11.
Ha.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it could be superior. I don't know.
Could be.
Did you consider this superior to both versions of Ocean's 11?
I've never seen the old one, and I've never seen Ocean's 13 or Ocean's 12. But I've seen Ocean's 11, the Soderbergh version. And I loved Soderbergh's Ocean's 11. This is not on that level, but it's good. It's perfectly good. And actually, if you compare it to Soderbergh's redneck remix of Ocean's 11, which was Logan Lucky, it's actually better than Logan's Lucky.
So how does this fare on the whole trend? And you know what's kind of funny is that I think that Hollywood is finally moving away from the trend of taking a movie and saying, okay, we're going to take this movie and then we're going to do it again, but with all female characters.
It's not exactly that. It's sort of, it's a similar film, but it's not an exact retread. And I think it's one of those things where they use the Ocean's name more for marketing than for the actual film itself.
I've heard it's more of its own thing than something
Right.
like Ghostbusters or some of these other ones that have done that and say, hey, look, if you like this is the female version. No, but I've heard some decent things about this. I've been kind of neutral to it until I see it, but
Right.
which, as it's still been unopened and it's been years, I don't know when I'm going to see it, but
You'll
I will
get there
see it eventually.
You'll get there eventually. Probably sooner than I get to the next one. Because stuff tends to sit around for a while. But, I did Kubrick, so we've also got to hit another one of the masters, supposed masters. And this is one, I actually have two here from Cohen Media, which is really cool. Kino releases a lot of Cohen Media stuff, and that stuff is really, really, really hard to get otherwise. A lot of it tends to be very briefly available or barely available and what have you.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is a film by Jean-Luc Godard, who, of course, any film student knows that name, and I couldn't tell you if I've seen a Godard film or if I really care to, but this one caught my attention and I had to grab it. And it's a movie called Hail Mary.
Boom.
And apparently it's sort of a modernized retelling of the Virgin Birth. Which apparently it was a super, super controversial movie when it came out. And considering that we in our group are like obsessed with collecting controversial stuff, I figured I should have this. And it could be interesting. It's got a crapload of special features on it. Again, Cohen does a good job with their releases. And I don't know what I'll make of this. I know Godard is supposed to be sort of the quintessential pretentious, boring French films. But I'm curious, and it was worth putting it on the cart as an add-on.
So I have another Animu. I know, 2 Animu.
Nice.
Yeah, this is a Sentai one I got off of a Sentai sale.
Okay.
Which Sentai sale? I could never tell you. And that is Urara Merocho,
Oh yeah.
which is a
Nice.
interesting enough looking one. So let's see here. Most magical thing at the Natsumeya Tea House is the power of love and friendship. See, doesn't that sound fun? Power of love and friendship. She looks like she's having some love and friendship going on right there. Of course, it should just be Sentai doing their typical cover reveals. Let's see. Chia was raised in the woods, and most of her friends were animals. But now she needs to find something, and since it may take the skills of an orara, or fortune teller, to find it, she's come to the town of Merocho to learn to become an orara herself. It won't be easy adjusting, and not just because And she still tends to check and see if people have tails or want their tummies rubbed. Yeah, sounds like an interesting show.
Well, she could be like Goku and rubbing other areas of the anatomy.
Yeah, I saw something. I saw one online of him like just a Bulma like. Where does it go? Someone stole your thing.
All right. So, a film that is most decidedly not about love and friendship is my one upgrade for the week. This is actually one that I thought about. Well, we talked about it on our new release schedule a while back. And I mentioned that I might think about upgrading because I had it on DVD already. And I really would like to see this get a Criterion release, but a Kino Lorber release that actually has a couple of nice bonus features is better than nothing. And Blu-ray, better than DVD, is the Ang Lee film Lust Caution, or Sejier. This was his follow-up to Brokeback Mountain, and definitely did not pull back on the controversy. In fact, Tang Wei, the actress star of the film, was blackballed in China for years afterwards because of her participation in this film. And she was phenomenal. She was absolutely phenomenal. Tony Leung and Joan Chen round out the cast. Somehow they managed to avoid being,
It doesn't take much to get blackballed
Right.
in China. The Chinese government tends to.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyway, you've also got Ang Lee and the Alexandre Desplat doing the music. This is a film about the days of the Japanese occupation of Manchuria, and I believe it's based on a novel or whatever. It's a very, very good film. Tang Wei did a phenomenal job acting in her role. And overall, the acting, the production, it's a really great, underrated film. It does have some difficult scenes to get through. In particular, there is a rape scene that is very difficult to watch. But otherwise, very good film. Lee is a master filmmaker that I do enjoy his artsy pretentiousness. But anyway, I'm very happy to have that upgraded into the nicer, crisper image.
Well, speaking of hard to watch, actually, this is something that was an add-on that you were able to get for purchasing something that I talked about not too long ago, and that is the Weirdsies. Kind of looks familiar, though, doesn't it? The cover,
A little bit.
It has like a Stand By Me vibe to it.
A little bit.
It definitely fuses Stand By Me with necromantic. We've covered necromantic, I believe, on Inside Movies Galore.
I never saw it.
This is absolutely heartwarming and occasionally icky. This is a film by, gosh, what is his name? It's Chris Seaver. And so for these geeky virgins, a hard man is good to find. Yep.
Good times.
So, fun stuff. Looked interesting. Added it on.
All right. And next up, this is a film that actually, I believe, came up in our discussion. Not the movie, like our discussion, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago. I can't remember when. I started with a film that I guess was one of his old man's favorites. I'm going to end with a film that was one of my old man's favorites. He actually really loved this movie, and he introduced it to me years ago, and I didn't know what to make of it. But, he had a copy, and I'm reasonably sure I never added it to the collection. And when I saw the Kino had it and it was on sale, I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to get that. And it turned out they actually had a Cohen Media release of the film. And that is an old film called The King of Hearts, which is a very interesting and strange film from 1966. It's, I believe, another French film.
It was interesting.
Was it?
It was interesting.
You're
I
right.
used to own it.
Right. So during World War I, Scottish soldier Private Plumpik is sent on a mission to a village in the French countryside to disarm a bomb set by the retreating German army. He encounters a strange town occupied by the former residents of the local psychiatric hospital who escaped after the villagers deserted. So, that sort of thing. This would actually, if they pick my August in the Asylum one, this will be one of my potentials for that. So, yeah, it was a pretty fun movie. I have not seen it for years. I look forward to seeing it again. And again, this has actually some pretty good special features there. You can't read them, but oh, there you go.
That reminds me.
Yeah, so that's pretty good.
I gotta have that vote
good
up
times.
I'll have that poll up by tomorrow morning.
All right.
All right. So, my last one, one that you may be able to guess, and that is one I talked about that was a priority for me a couple weeks ago on one of our last ones, and that is Bojack and Teen Ape's Dirty Dozen. I remember I was talking about Chris Seaver.
Yeah.
So this has quite a few of his films on it.
I do like the cover art. It's pretty cool.
It has all four Filthy McNasties,
Oh, jeez.
the two Mulva films, which are Mulva Zombie Ass Kicker and Mulva Kill Teen Ape. It has, let's see here, The Quest for Egg Salad, Destruction Kings, Carnage for the Destroyer,
Is the quest
Film
for
Crew.
Is the Quest for Egg Salad a remake of What's Up, Tiger Lily?
It's a D&D spoof.
Ah,
Wet Heat, Teen Ape Camp, and Taintlite. So all of those on glorious Blu-ray. And Jake has seen how wonderful Filthy McNasty is. So I'm sure that he would agree that Filthy McNasty belongs on Blu-ray.
Filthy McNasty did make me chuckle at a couple of points, but mostly it made me feel dirty.
Oh, would you like the quadrilogy? Except for... I don't think I could sell it for much. If you want it,
Oh, jeez, I don't know.
it's got all four movies on it.
Let me see here.
Brand new.
Yeah, why not?
Hey, you'll have like the greatest films ever on DVD. I've got them on Blu-ray now. But it is an awesome cover. I do like that
Oh, yeah.
cover there.
No doubt about it. Yeah.
So it's a pretty solid looking set. But with that being said, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, hit that like button. If you like Filthy McNasty, let us know below your favorite Filthy McNasty quote. And we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.